it looks like it's going to be another beautiful spring day. So I want to walk you over here to my container garden and show you some of the herbs and how they're doing. I have kind of separated things. I've kind of straightened things up too. Over here I have a lot of mints and herbs that have not come back yet, and so I'm hoping that they will. I'm just going to keep an eye on them, but I thought I'd put them over here since they're not very attractive. Kind of an eyesore at this point. Some of the things that have not popped back yet would be my pineapple mint right here, and this is my silver thyme, which I have a beautiful silver thyme in the garden, but this one's not popped back, and I don't know that it will. This is lemon thyme, and over here is dianthus. And then here is oregano. I do expect that to come back, but we had such a hard freeze this winter. I'm not sure that any of these plants were hardy enough in a container to come back. Okay, and then over there is mojito mint, which is actually my favorite mint, but I also have a beautiful spearmint in the garden, which is very similar, has a very similar flavor. So I don't know that I'll use another container for mint. I have one I'll show you here in a minute that has come back. Okay, so there is some hope still. Some of these might pop back, and I just have to keep checking the base to see. Sometimes I get a little tricked, like this mojito mint right here. All that's just clover that has seeded itself in there. Okay, and then my tomatoes, which have been struggling. These are the ones I call the amazing tomatoes. This is the one that the frost got in my last video, and I showed you I didn't know if it would come back, but it's greening up nicely, and I think it'll be fine. It's the Patena Romanesco. So you can see how some of the foliage is still dead. I need to just cut that off, but there's new green growth on there. And today I'm also heading out to our little garden by the river, where I'm planting some perennial things, and I'm going to plant some of the sunchokes that Patrick sent me from One Yard Revolution. So I will put a link here to his channel where you can check him out, and most of you probably have seen his channel. So I'm looking forward to planting those. Those can be a little bit invasive, so I've got to strategically plant those. So I'm going to figure out where to put them. I can't wait to use them, and thank you so much, Patrick. Okay, and then over here I have some lettuce, beautiful lettuce, and I'm keeping it here on this side of my deck because it will get shade probably about 3 in the afternoon, maybe 2. So I like for it to get the morning sun, especially as May and June start to approach. I like to keep my more sun sensitive plants over here on this side of the deck. Okay, over here I'll just show you here we have bronze fennel, looking really pretty. This is going to be fun to use. I cannot wait, and hopefully it will do well. Okay, common chives. I'm glad I replanted some more of them this year, because the other 2 common chive plants that I have are going to seed, which I don't mind at all. I can use the little blossoms and something. I'll show you here in a minute. And here is some lemon cream calendula, and it looks like right next to it a little parsley seed has popped up, so that's great. And then chamomile, it's looking really pretty. It already has little blooms on it, little buds actually, little buds on there. And these are the common chives, which are going to seed. So I have some nice little purple flowers about to pop out of there. That'll be fun. I can pop them right into my lettuce. Then a couple of what I call the grocery store herbs here. Nothing wrong with those. I have some thyme. I actually used some of that last night. And because sometimes I just don't want to run all the way down to the garden. Down at the garden it tastes much better, but this is fine for what I needed it for. And there is some rosemary, and then this cabbage here, purple cabbage. Okay, over here, let's see, we have some lime thyme, and then over here I have the elfin thyme. It's looking okay. Doesn't have much new growth from when I planted it. The anise hyssop is beautiful. What I want to do is go ahead and cut off all these leaves up here at the top that are really big, and then the bottom will start to bush out with some more growth. I want them to get it bushy, so I might just go ahead and trim those back and propagate it. Okay, this is the pesto basil. It suffered a little bit from the cold. We had a couple of frosts come through while they were out here. Not a hard freeze, or I would have brought it inside. but you know that the frost is when it kind of dips into the 30s, and there will be a frost on things like your windshield and that kind of thing. So it was affected a little bit by that. I expect that we still will have 1 or 2 more freezes before my last frost date, which is around Mother's Day. So it will be easy enough just to bring that in if we do have a freeze come through. Rosemary there. And again, guys, I'm in zone 6B, just in case you're wondering. Golden variegated sage here, looking good. This is French tarragon, and I'm going to go ahead and propagate some of that. And I will show you. I'm going to go ahead and cut off the tall piece that's coming out of the plant there, just because I want to try to get the bottom kind of bushing out a little bit. And you know, with French tarragon, you have to grow this from a cutting. I've said that probably in just about every video because I just want to make sure to stress that. You'll find a lot of other tarragons at your box stores, and then you can order Russian tarragon seeds and that kind of thing. But the French tarragon, which has a beautiful flavor, has to be grown from a cutting. Okay, and then in the back there, the parsley is beautiful. Looking really good. The Greek oregano is very happy. Beautiful, beautiful. Loving it. And marjoram. Not doing much since I planted it. Purple sage. Looking nice. This is another one of what I call the amazing tomato plants. And I'll include a link for that video about my tomato plants if y'all want to see it. But this is another one of them here. And then the summer savory, I grew this last year and it did not do well. So I'm putting it up here in a container so it can get a little TLC, and hopefully I'll have a lot of that this year to use. Golden oregano, and then my apple mint. That's the one that has returned to say hello. Looks like some dill has seeded down in there as well. I think I did have this container next to a dill plant last year. Okay. And then this is another French tarragon, which I will not cut on. So it looks like it's bushing out nicely. And then the last thing here, I'll show you my lemongrass. Looks like it's doing really nice. It wants a home in the ground. And then these are just some tomato seedlings that I've started. A lot of these came from a viewer. There's some very rare heirloom tomato plants in here, and I grew one of them last year called an orange minsk. So one of these is orange minsk. I have a Kosovo, speckled Roman, and a couple of others that were sent to me. So hopefully I'll get those, find a spot for those this year. And then if I can't find a spot in the garden, I may just put them in a grow bag. I also have some Thai pink eggs, Thai red eggs, a tomatillo. One of the purple tomatillos is coming up nicely, so I'm happy about that. And one of the things I'm happy about too is the cumin. I tried to grow cumin last year, or I've tried to germinate these seeds twice, and so this is the third try, and I decided I'll just dump a lot of the seeds in there. Surely some of them would germinate instead of just putting, a few in there. And so it looks like about 2 or 3 of them have come up. So I'll be growing cumin this year. I can use the seed for that, so that'll be nice. And then just some basil. Okay? Have a beautiful day.